Yeah, I'm liking it though. There's a lot of the little tweaks I feel like have been some of my favorite about this expansion. Like you said, the mod system, just a tiny thing, being able to put mods on exotics now, so you can have 5 mods. Like that's just strangely enough, that almost made me more excited than a lot of other like brand new, like just that little ability to have. I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but just the ability to have that one extra mod. There was always, it was always just, I wish I could have one more slot, and now I was just like, okay, I can have everything that I've, every build that I wanted. I've got some really nice build setup. I'm liking them.
Yeah, if you'll allow me to witter on about it generally.
Absolutely.
I've got to say
What we're here
this,
for.
when it comes to either a season launch or an expansion launch, one of the things in gameplay terms that I am most excited for is not new exotics and not new guns. Like, they're great, don't get me wrong. I'm excited for new additions to the mod system. It's one of the few disappointments I had with the gameplay side of things, is that they didn't add extra mods this time around outside of the artifact, which I get because it's a new subclass, you know, like this entire new thing to balance. But Warmind cells made Season of the Worthy, for me, playable, and it made all of the different tower stuff that you had to grind for reasonable to do.
Yeah.
Because I sat there and I thought, these mods are going to be worth it. When Season of Arrivals came around and the Recaster was giving you these incredibly powerful mods, I grinded through that very, very quickly because I knew that was going to be central to the builds that I was going to make. And lo and behold, here we are a few months after all of that is done, and we are in a place where all of that has suddenly come home to roost, and we have powerful new stuff that we can use alongside these mods. They are now the centerpiece of, I think, Destiny's true depth and endgame, and I think that mod system is something that initially we never thought we'd get, because it was just so bare bones and basic, and how could we possibly flesh it out into something?
That's come a long way.
It was like right? Like Destiny 2 Year 1. You had the, +5 kinetic mod or whatever, or +5 attack mod.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember being able to put
That was a
+5
mod.
on your weapons, and how
Because that was what would
like
turn it
the
from 300
pinnacle?
to 305, wasn't it? Or
Right, yeah,
something.
like,
it would put it over the level. That was a whole mod. That was like the only primary mod, wasn't it? Just to
Yeah, that was it.
kinetic.
That was it.
Yeah, the mods have come away. Yeah, they have.
Yeah, and
I
now
completely forgot about that.
You look at what Forsaken did with weapon mods, and that looks
That was
basic
big,
now compared to
yeah.
what we do with armor mods.
That was
right?
a big first
Like,
step.
cool, you can put a backup mag on your hand cannon if you wanted and get more rounds in the mag. That's great. I can put 3 mods together and suddenly I have my melee forever now. Like, oh, and by the way, I drop extra shotgun ammo when I'm surrounded by enemies. Is this making sense? Like,
Just the combinations. There's tons and tons of combinations. And again, I get this is stuff that a lot of more casual players that don't just min-max and go into the little nitty-gritty, and or maybe even played to get some of these mods. A lot of them were kind of time sensitive, but I think the mods is probably one of my favorite things about Destiny right now, Destiny 2 right now. It's probably the thing I'm most interested in. I love just building mod sets and just building, kind of tweaking what would be, if I use this perk with this one, it combines with that and it gives more energy for this and stacks with light. And it's just, that's the little part of the game. But again, I feel like it's very much underutilized. And again, like we've always said, there's reasons why, but I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've seen a Warmind cell in the world. Just it's very, I seem to be the only one kind of using them, but I kind of wish they were more popular. But I'm sure they will be. And I'm sure when you see it more in Endgame, it will probably start to spread. But yeah, Warmind cell mods.
I gotta say this too. The big thing for me when it really comes down to all of the different additions for the mod system and everything is it keeps one of their core promises they made at the beginning of Shadowkeep. They sat there and they said, especially with things like Armor 2.0, we're making this game into more of an RPG. And they've done that in spades. When I sat there and I was hoping for a first-person shooter RPG, seeing a mod system like this emerging 7 years after Destiny 1 has been released is exactly the kind of thing I wanted at the very beginning.
It's what we imagined.
I'm so glad to be here. I feel always, to an extent, because of how much I've just immersed my time in this universe, that I belong here. But seeing the mod system like this has made me feel like I belong here in a gameplay sense. This is an amazing tool that we've been given, and I'm so glad that we have this now in the game. So, bravo. I hope we see more of this, especially considering that the armor with those mods will get sunset as time goes on. So Bungie is basically committed to adding new mods as time continues.
True.
So expect things to get crazier in the coming seasons. Over the next, what? It's probably like 10 months until the next DLC, until Witch Queen comes out. Over the 3 seasons that follow, things will get wild. Things are going to be crazy. I'm really looking forward to that.